You must be the change you wish to see in the world, Mahatma Gandhi. Hi, it's Rhonda, The Good Influence. Her. I really appreciate you. Thank you for buying my little green book. My high school girlfriend reached out to me, Kim R. She messaged me on Facebook to tell me that she bought a copy of my book for a friend who needed a good influence. I'm so honored. I love you, Kim, for caring about your friend. Tell them they are not alone on this journey in life. We are together. I hope my little rocky road will be relatable enough so the self-blame stops and the self-love begins. And remember, 10% of the proceeds go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Okay, so we started the first of the 7 deadly sins, pride. And I mentioned to you that I had a cocktail party to attend, and I talked the talk and walked the walk. I did not let my battery get drained. No energy vampires sucking the life out of me that night. And I hope you didn't let folks get you unplugged. You don't deserve to take on someone else's emotional baggage. You have the right to enjoy the party or whatever it is that you're doing without letting someone take that away from you. Besides, it's more important that you indicate to the person that you care about them, but that you are not responsible for their emotional dump. That's a gift you're giving to them. You don't owe anybody any favors. You really don't. You have to hold strong. You become strong, and that energy vampire is now offered the opportunity to become a better person, to change, to become a source of energy. We'll talk more about that in a later show. But today we are tackling the second of these 7 deadly sins, envy. So here we go. Episode 3, Don't be jaded. The grass isn't greener on the other side. I bet the word envy, when it first pops into your mind, you think about girls being jealous and gossiping and all that nasty, icky stuff. Okay, well, all that's true and that's surface stuff. Being envious is much deeper. It's a deeper fight within yourself. That's right, it's within you and within me. I believe if you're envious, you're experiencing self-hatred and self-loathing. I have to admit that I've been envious. Of course I've been. Honestly, we all have been envious in this world that we live in. We are constantly fed images of what's perfect, right, wrong, rich, poor, ugly. We can't help it. But it's how you process the information and what you do with it. You have choices. You can feel badly about yourself and dissolve and feel like nothing, or you can let it eat you up inside and begin a very hateful, spiteful journey in life, controlling your environment. Or you can feel badly and decide to work on yourself and gain that advantage. Or you cannot let it affect you at all. That's a tough one. That's Maslow's level 5, self-actualization. Envy is deep trouble. Okay, so you're feeling badly about yourself and dissolving into nothingness. Now, that just doesn't work for me. Most of you know I love beauty pageants. I love the glitz, the glamour. I love seeing who's going to nail that final question. But most importantly, I love a woman who thinks so highly of herself that she's willing to challenge herself, to be judged, knowing that only one person out of the group is going to win that title. This is definitely not dissolving into nothingness. This is seeing that the pressure is a privilege, a strong desire to be your best self, a willingness to be your best self. I just competed in the Mrs. California state title, and I had some success. I'm your new Mrs. California American 2021. Now, I haven't competed in a pageant in 30 years, and this time I competed with myself. The other times, I was envious. I compared myself all the time to the other contestants. I just kept looking left and right, and I just didn't look inside myself. I mean, I was never swimsuit ready when I was 20. I was skinny when I was 20, but now at 52, I rock the swimsuit. When I was younger, I just wanted to walk away with a title and win, mostly to show you that I was better than you or that I was good enough. I had something to prove to you, to other people. This time it was about me, that I could lose the weight and be healthy and fit. I could write a book. I could create a podcast. I could be the light. I would caution myself before and not help other girls. And this time I helped other girls on so many levels. I practiced the dance routine with them. I gave them advice. I shared makeup. I gave hugs. I gave rides back and forth to the auditorium. I had my husband buy mirrors for our dressing room. I even brought some interview dresses because I knew there would probably be someone there that, just didn't have the pageant experience I had, and I was able to give a dress away to somebody and help them. Now, next on envy is the kind of envy that eats you up inside and makes you become very hateful. And you become this journey of controlling your environment. And this reminds me of that character from Mean Girls, that movie, Regina George, how she just controlled everything. She was just like a spider, a master manipulator. I call that, or it's a German word called Schadenfreude. Now, Schadenfreude means taking pleasure in the misfortune of others. And envy and Schadenfreude go hand in hand. They are linked emotional states. They're considered to be very complex and oftentimes viewed as antisocial behavior. And this is the behavior of a childlike behavior in adolescence. So it means you haven't grown up. This is a person who is controlling reality so that reality is constantly praising them and no one else. This is a lethal person for you to be around. And if you're this type of person, boy, you're immature. I'm just telling you. And you need to grow up. You need to gain some wisdom and learn how to appreciate the beauty and talents of other people in order to discover the true beauty and talents that you owned. Now, seeing envy is just not this stereotypically girl-cat fight kind of thing. Consider a mother being jealous of her own daughter's successes, or a father being envious of his son's successes. This breaks my heart because so many times we learn that the adults that we look up to for guidance are not mature. They need love. They need support. And most importantly, we need to reach out to that child who needs the support because they're not getting it from their parents or other adults around them. So it is really important when you see someone who is exceptional at something that you're not, be willing to say it to them that you are exceptional. Congratulate them and support them and appreciate them. This takes nothing away from you. Believe me, the more you give, the more you give to yourself. So by loving and supporting somebody else, other people, that is a gift. And you become less envious, and then you begin to discover your own gifts. Now, this leads me to the last two examples. They kind of go together. You can feel badly about yourself and decide to work on yourself and gain that advantage and not be envious, or you cannot let it affect you. And this is the tough one because this is Maslow's level 5 self-actualization. When you give praise and love away to other people, you open up a whole new world of self-discovery, and that is unique. And that is special about you. You're able to then now take advantage of working on yourself and working toward what you think you need. And that changes a lot because sometimes you realize, I thought I needed that and I was envious of that. And that really doesn't matter to me. I want this now. And once you reach that state, you're really beginning to love yourself. And that self-loathing begins to dissipate. So, envy to me is just a bunch of wasted time. I would rather love someone else and support someone else every day, all day. To me, being envious is being jaded that the grass is greener on the other side. And you have to be wicked, don't you? That's not me. I don't have time for that, and I won't allow it. I keep away from people who are envious. I pray for them. I just get out of the way. And I love on other people, and I praise them and I support them, especially my new pageant sisters. I hope this episode gets you thinking and speaking more love to yourself, to your family, your friends, and your community. Tell your neighbor that he or she really does the best job cutting the lawn. It's okay that they're better at something that you're not at. Start complimenting people to open the door to compliment yourself so you can see your talents. Be grateful. Thanks for listening today and subscribing to YouTube, Spotify, Podchaser, iTunes, Google Play. I'll see you next week with greed. Oh, that's a good one too. Bye for now.